freedom.
This is the birthplace of the civil rights movement for Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It was here at this house when the young Martin planned his very first civil rights protest. After Reverend King graduated from Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia, with his good friend Walter McCall, they attended Crozier Seminary in Chester, Pennsylvania. Many weekends and summers, Martin stayed with his good friend right here at 753 Walnut Street in Camden, New Jersey. It was on these steps on June 11th, 1950, that the young Reverend King and his good friend Walter McCall, they were warned about not going to Mary's Cafe in Maple Shade, New Jersey, because they don't serve colored people there. Martin's response: you think we shouldn't go down there? Maybe we need to go down there so we can go anywhere we want. That evening, after Martin and his three friends were refused service at Mary's Cafe, followed by the owner pulling out his gun and firing in the air in hopes of intimidating Martin Luther King, it was at that moment that Martin began to plan his first protest. Dr. King began at that point to file his first lawsuit against racial discrimination and his first act of civil disobedience.
We have people coming in from all over the country. I suspect that we will have representatives from almost every state in the Union, and naturally a large number of people from the state of Alabama.
It was a pivotal point for the future civil rights leader and what he called a transformational experience.
They told us we wouldn't get here. There were those who said that we would get here only over their dead bodies.
Well, talk.
But all the world today knows that we are here and we are standing before the forces of power.
Our goal is to restore this house where he planned his first protest into the Dr. Martin Luther King Museum, where children and adults can come visit and see where Dr. King ate, slept, prepared his messages, and planned his first ever protest against racism. We need your help to preserve this great landmark. With the winter months right around the corner, this building cannot survive another brutal winter season. As you can see, before we can even start on the inside, the outside walls and roof need to be reinforced and repaired. Would you help us reach our goal of $50,000 to secure the outside of this great memorial? Your gift of any amount can help restore the MLK house as we educate our children for generations to come. It was on these steps that Martin's life was transformed, and he went on to transform the world. Be a part of this great legacy and donate today. Statesman John Lewis said, "This noble place where Dr. King stayed must be preserved."
When we look at our future and we reflect on our past, but most importantly, preserving our history. MLK in Camden, right behind us in this non-distinct three-story row home where Dr. King spent his time. He was a student over at Crozier Theological Seminary in Chester County.
To save this place, this piece of historic real estate, it must be saved for a generation yet unborn. Because Martin Luther King Jr. just didn't have changed America, he have changed the world. So I think it's important for this city, for this state, and for our nation to save this noble place where Martin Luther King Jr. stayed when he was trying to get an education at Crozier Theological Seminary. He was my friend. He was almost like a big brother. And I would love to come back here and visit in the marker, this place and this building is restored, and it'll be a day of jubilee. So I said to you, don't give up. Don't get lost in the sea of despair. Keep the faith. I will work with your mayor, with your congressperson, to do everything possible. And when I go back to Atlanta, I will have a discussion with Dr. King's sister, see whether she has some of the papers and letters that he sent from this address. So hang in there. It's all going to work out.
We welcome you.
Thank you very much.
Before